Got the generator running here. It's been running for about 25 minutes. And good afternoon, friends, and welcome to our very first ever totally boondocking, off-the-grid camping adventure. And this episode is brought to you by my in-laws, because without this generator, this trip would not be possible. Some sort of generator or solar setup is kind of the last piece to the puzzle for us in boondocking, but we've borrowed this one for this trip and for our next potential trip, because we want to kind of see if we like it first and then go from there. As you might have seen prior to our Tennessee adventure, we do now have two 100 amp hour batteries, and so between that and the generator, that should get us through this weekend. We are going to the Tuscarora State Forest. We have site number 20, I do believe it is, recommended by somebody on Facebook, the Pennsylvania Forest Adventures Facebook group, and he's very knowledgeable and has also recommended some other stuff that going forward with the channel that we're going to be using. Lily, are you ready to go camping? Lily, you want to go camping? Lily, go camping? I'm a good girl. Lily like camping? Lily loves camping. Lily. Well, friends, we have made it to our site here. This is site 20, Tuscarora State Forest. We're going to talk a little bit more about that here in a bit. This is our first experience doing boondocking, dispersed camping here in Pennsylvania, or really anywhere. I mean, we've camped with no hookups before in a campground, but that's a little bit different now. Here behind me, this is our site. This is where we're at, and it's awesome. We just kind of have to figure out what we're doing with the camper and where we're putting it and all that good stuff. But I'm super stoked for this. You know, I don't know why, but this just fascinates me. We're out here in the woods. And there's a creek flowing right over there. We got picnic tables here. You could fit a ton of trailers probably in here. Someone was even kind enough over near the fire pit over there to leave us some firewood. So, I mean, I don't know.
Sarah's like, no, I'm not getting out. This isn't a campground. There's no other campers here.
Well, and she's a little upset there's not a playground, but the woods is your playground when you're here. William, I'm sure, will find stuff to play with. Somehow I feel like, well, we want the door facing this way.
Yeah, so why don't
So do you think we can just pull in here and then I can get the truck out around? And I guess when we go out, maybe we just back up and kind of jackknife it back up the road and we can pull it out that way or something.
Or we can pull it like back up and then pull it up around that way. We can get around that tree.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to get our stuff sort of figured out here. But yeah, this is this is pretty legit, I think. I do have some charcoal, so we could even make use of the charcoal grill here. But I think we are going to have a fire tonight. Tomorrow we are going to cook over the fire, but today I think we're just making some soup in the camper. So we'll show you that as well. But yeah.
Dogs are going to like this.
Well, and the dogs I think are going to like this more than anything else that we've been doing, just because we don't have to worry about them so much here. We can let them off leash a little bit, and it's going to be a better experience for them, no doubt. So, all right, let's get things leveled out here. Friends, I'm not 100% certain you can see behind me, but our camper batteries right now are full. And like I told you, we have two 100 amp hour lead acid batteries. We will let you know when they get down to 1/3 how long it takes. And this will be us charging phones and using the propane furnace, which the fan will be running. Of course, it is in the 70s right now, so I can't say we're going to be running much heat tonight. It just all depends. But we're going to let you know when it gets down to 1/3. We're going to have to fire up the generator and charge them up, because I don't want to go below 1/3. The brand new batteries, I don't want to screw them up. So that's how that works. And this kind of experience is going to let us know, do we need to buy a generator? Do we need to just go with solar panels? Something's in our future, we just don't know what. Sarah's found the creek. Sarah, are you all wet or what?
I'm all wet.
You're all wet. Did you go in over your boots? You fell in the creek.
Yeah, a lot of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah, there's 2 creeks and they fell in both of them.
Huh.
So they got myself all wet.
Huh. Yeah, so then the real objective for this camping trip and this mission is to hike some of the Standing Stone Trail, which is nearby in Mount Union. And there's a portion called 1,000 Steps. They kind of lie to you when they tell you there's 1,000 steps. It's actually like 1,200 steps, but don't tell Rachel. But this trail was recommended to me by a good friend, and we've been wanting to do it for quite some time, and throwing a little boondocking into it. And the weather this weekend is just too good to pass up. It's calling for like 70 degrees tomorrow, so you just don't get that in November. We had kind of knew once Tennessee was over that after a few weeks we were going to want to get out again. And then we know we've only got till Thanksgiving. Then we're going to be firing up the furnace at home, so we're kind of tied to that. So we won't be able to go anywhere else. Here we are, beautiful Tuscarora State Forest. Rachel, what do you think of the site?
I like it.
Is this what you always dreamed boondocking would be like?
I don't know what I thought boondocking would be like. I like it though. It's really, we are all by ourselves out here. Now I know Sarah, that was not Sarah's idea of camping.
She wanted a playground
like it.
and other campers and stuff.
She likes making friends when we're camping, but this is going to be nice.
This is something different. Of course, it is no longer free in Pennsylvania. Yesterday night and tonight are the first nights ever that you have to pay to use these sites. It's $10 a night, and you reserve them on Reserve America now, which is the same as Pennsylvania State Parks. and then of course there's a $6 reservation fee attached to that. So for us, for 2 nights here, it cost us $26.
Alright.
Up until a couple of days ago, Wednesday, it would have been free to be here. We finally got batteries and stuff set up so we can do this, and now it costs money.
Here
In Pennsylvania. Just wait, because we're talking about some other stuff elsewhere. So the channel's going to develop, and it's going to get better as we go. So friends, subscribe and all that good stuff. Comment down below if you want us to do more boondocking. So far, we like it. This creek is awesome. This whole site is awesome. Friends, I wanted to walk back and check out something that we seen on our drive up. This is a CCC fountain. It's labeled on as the maps, and you know, so as we've talked about quite a few times, that the CCC had a huge influence on Pennsylvania. Sarah found a bug here at the CCC fountain.
Yeah, it was on the wall first before I could get it.
You found a bug on the wall?
Yeah, and it jumped onto my shoulder.
Okay. We've got Sarah back into dry clothes and all that good stuff. But I did want to come down here and see this just because it does look interesting. Which now Sarah decides she wants to climb up here. And the other one I can't let down because he'll just get into trouble. And friends, also along this road here, I believe it's called West Licking Creek, or just Licking Creek maybe. There is some picnic areas, and you know, this is where you would park, and they have picnic tables and charcoal grills and fire pits. There are also several other campsites on this road. Site 22 is just down the way where we got on this road. And it's more of a pull-through, pull-off type of site. And then Site 20, which we are in, is, you know, just up from the fountain. And then 21 is a tent site by the looks of things, and it is up the road farther. Now there are, if you look at some maps, a friend of mine sent me some screenshots of purple lizard maps, which I'm actually going to be getting my own copies of here shortly. But those are a good way to find trails and things in this area. And there are quite a few hiking trails around. So if you were to camp here at this spot, you would find that you could spend quite a bit of time here hiking and, you know, never have to drive away from your campsite. You could walk to just about anything. There are just trails all through here. Back just before this picnic area, I seen there was some parking and a trailhead. So it is a beautiful spot. We are at the, essentially well past the peak of fall foliage in this area, so there are just leaves everywhere at this point. It's impressive how quiet it is out here in the forest. It's very, very different from state park camping, which we love.
Yeah, and it was nice. It's a little freeing too, you know, because we're constantly telling her, you know, you have to be quiet, or I'm constantly thinking, oh, he's making too much noise. And since we're the only ones around, it feels like we're not intruding upon anyone if our kids get a little loud. They can be outside and play. So that's nice.
It's just odd, you know, we're camping in the middle of the woods, but we have all the comforts of home. We're sitting here eating chicken noodle soup in the middle of the woods, and there's nobody else here. A little bit ago, there was an owl hooting over on the other side of the creek. I'm sure the camera won't pick up the sound, but
We might get to hear it better after dark, after it's real dark.
yeah, it's just a beautiful fall evening, and it's just great to be out here.